get the delivery at the exact same moment.
Okay, so it's clearly very exciting. It's all set up. They've got an app, so you can order it and you can use it in all sorts of different ways. But of course, it is brand new. Joining us now is someone who's actually already been using these drones for delivery, for hospital deliveries. In fact, I'm joined in the studio by Dr. Mohaymen Abdelghany, who is the CEO of Fakeeh University Hospital right here in the UAE. So thank you so much for joining us in the studio. Lovely to have you with us.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. Can I ask you to come a little bit closer to the microphone for me? Thank you so much. So tell me, how long have you been trialling this drone delivery?
So the experiment started actually more than 2 years ago, and we were invited by Dubai Silicon Oasis Authority to be partner in this as part of our vision to be innovative in healthcare. And since August last year, we've been working very closely with KITA since August 24 actually, and the tests have been intensified, and we've been doing day in and day out testing for delivering medication safely to the right point where the patients can have access to their medication through the drone delivery. So it was actually very exciting. Actually, the launching pod was in front of my office, so I kept witnessing the testing day and night until successfully His Highness yesterday was. We had the privilege to inaugurate it by His Highness yesterday.
Yeah, it must have been a very cool moment indeed. What type of things are you looking to get delivered? And where are they going to? I guess they're not going to people's houses yet.
So currently, the initial phase was launched from Fakeeh University Hospital to 4 landing pods, or you can call them kiosks, within DSO. Because the range is now limited to about 3-kilometer radius, so it is operating within DSO, within Dubai Silicon Oasis. Until now, we have not done it to homes still, but that's one of the future steps that will be delivered to homes like residential villas and others. But currently, there are four landing pods in DSO. So we started with medication, but we have different plans to grow that into other items as well. There are plans to grow into transporting lab samples from our network of clinics. We have another clinic in DSO, so we will be able to transport these blood samples from the clinic to the central lab in Fakeeh University Hospital. And we're working on that with the KITA drones soon.
I think probably because I don't really understand how hospitals and clinics work, I kind of can't imagine how often you need deliveries. Like, is it really frequent? At the moment, do you always have motorbikes coming and going from the hospital?
Yeah, actually, medication delivery in general is something that can provide patients with better care and experience. Mm-hmm. They avoid long waiting queues in front of the pharmacy to get their prescription medications and so on. So the normal transport mode was through motorbikes and vehicles. If you look at what the drone can bring, it can bring several things. First, accuracy and very, very safe transportation, quick and rapid. And also, it avoids, the traffic. It helps reducing carbon emission. So there are plenty of advantages if you utilize this as a mode for transport of medication. I think the other advantage would be to continue to have temperature controlled, humidity controlled these containers, so we can transport other stuff. Like I told you, we can transport lab samples, we can transport blood containers. So that's also a very important aspect, which provides accuracy and speed in the same time.
And does it save money? Is it cheaper?
In fact, it's not. It's kind of
not yet.
It's always like that. When you start a new innovation, it comes at a cost.
Yeah.
And as this innovation grow, as the implementation starts to expand, the cost goes down. And that's the objective. Actually, the plan is to take that transportation mode in Dubai to a different level. So yesterday, His Highness announced that we plan to have almost 5% of population, which is more than 500,000, using this in the future by 2034. That will become part of differentiator for Dubai. And Dubai is a place where things happen. So we've seen initiatives like that starting at small scale, but then growing very much and becoming reality we live with.
Can I ask you a sort of slightly personal question? So more as a person and less as a CEO. When you see these drones buzzing around, like you said, they were outside your office all the time. When I see a drone in the sky or around me, or I hear it buzzing, and it happens more and more now, I feel a bit nervous. I'm a bit like, where is it? You know, a bit like a big fly, you know, but it feels like more dangerous than a fly. I'm like, where is it? Where is it? Do you get used to them? Because it sounds like we're going to have to.
I think so. You know, the technology is evolving, and the adoption of technology is increasing as well. So things that you're not used to previously, you start to get used to. And
Yeah.
I told you, when I see it, it was like, where is this noise coming from? What is it doing?
Because it's quite a distinct buzz, isn't it?
Yeah, a little buzzy.
Yeah,
indeed,
not
indeed.
loud. It's not.
No, it's not loud. It's
Yeah.
not loud actually. And the size of the drone is not that big actually. That one, but it's capable of carrying I think a 3 to 4 kilometer box. So it's actually something new, but I'm sure we'll get used to it. Same like many other technologies.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, if it increases efficiency and means I don't have to queue at the pharmacy, I'm here for it. That's for sure. A listener has just texted in saying, "Are the drones temperature controlled?" Now, I don't know whether that means the drone itself. Does it overheat, or the box it's containing?
I think the box is very important. The box, because it carries medication, it has to be temperature controlled and humidity controlled. There are normal medications that can withstand this temperature outside, but there are some medications that need to be carried in special containers. And the testing has been done, taking into consideration different weather conditions, you know, wind directions and other variables, and it was successful.
Do you know, I've just realised something. I haven't asked who's steering the drone. Where's the pilot?
I think they have a command center which controls the movement of that, but there is an autonomous, that's the technology. It's an autonomous technology which takes it from one landing pod, which is QR coded, to another launching pod, which is QR coded. So it moves from, so if you see that in front of the hospital, you will see 3 QR codes for 3 different drones, and each one comes to its specific QR code. It lands to its specific QR code. And the same happens in launching and receiving.
Do you know, I think I've only just realised as part of our conversation that they're autonomous. And that's another leap forward, isn't
Indeed.
it? It's so interesting.
Indeed.
So, as always, it's a great pleasure to have you in our studio. Thank you so much for joining us to talk through this new project.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a great pleasure, Dr. Mohaymen Abdelghany there, CEO of Fakeeh University Hospital in the UAE. I'd love to get your response on this. Obviously, I've told you a bit about how I feel about them, that they're a bit buzzy, a bit like a sort of loud fly, and I always want to know where they are. But maybe our perspectives will change. Certainly, my perspective changes all the time on things. So get in touch. I'd love to hear from you, 4001, or you can WhatsApp me, 04871 5500.
More of The Agenda is coming up next
on the UAE's #1 talk radio station.